instant if you don't keep your eyes on it, and why, even when we're tracking on foot, you can see how hard it is to spot a leopard in the long grass. Now this is the furthest north inside Djuma I've seen him since I've been back. So maybe he's feeling a bit better. Maybe he's feeling like he can give the hook Amuri a bit of a challenge. Although if I was him at his age, I'd stay away. Oh, he's disappeared again. Sure, this grass is long. I'm just going to go very slowly in case we hit stumps. We don't want to break the car. Now, because we see Hasana and Tingana together so frequently, Max, I think that's quite a valid question, saying if Tingana was attacked by Hokomuri and then that's going to hit you now. Okay. He's keeping still. So if Hasana was around, would he help Tingana defend against another male? Max, I'm afraid not. I think Hasana, his survival instincts would kick in and he would skedaddle. He might have heard something up ahead. There's often Nyala, Kuru in this area. Of course, you never know, there might be another leopard. You can see how he's lifting his nose, testing the air. Well, unfortunately, it's not Tandi, but a leopard. Any leopard is a good leopard, and I know how fond of you a lot, or how fond of you, I can't speak all of a sudden, how fond a lot of you are of Mr. Tingana, or as I like to call him, Tinganana. He's got a bit of a bemused look on his face. Well, he is quite intent about something at the moment. And you could hear some arrow-marked babblers babbling away not too far away. Now there are some Djuma vehicles here with us. I've actually found him and followed him on bushwalk in this area. Isn't he beautiful? Even though he's a bit old, starting to look a little bit raggedy around the edges, he still is an absolutely gorgeous cat. Got life. He even just looks like he's lived. Floyd, you are spot on. He is getting a lovely pinkish tinge from the setting sun. What have you heard, mister? What have you smelt? See, he's got quite a few ticks on the back of his head that you can see. He's just lifting his head, sniffy, sniffy, sniffy. Oh, we can hear some thunder in the distance. If a female estrus happened to come upon and start looking for him, he would definitely still mate First Lady. And, well, he's very much capable. And if you remember, Mvula mated for quite a while after he was already not a dominant male leopard. So you could probably say they'll mate till they get killed. He's going to lie down. I'm going to try and move us into a slightly better position. While we do that, let's send you back to Tristan, who is not with a spotted cat today, but a tawny one.
We are. So we have, I suppose it's not a trifecta in terms of species, but a trifecta in terms of number of cats on each feed. So we've got Hosana, Tingana, and then also the Nkuhumas. And this Nkuhuma sighting, as much as the cats are flat, it's one of the most beautiful scenes that we could possibly have. We have these kind of rolling green hills, and like I said, besides the power lines that run along this main road, which are a necessary evil for the lodges to have power, but you've basically got these kind of rolling, undulating hills that go away from us into this fiery red, purple sky, and it is just absolutely perfect black backdrop to these lines. So it is an amazing kind of place just to sit and enjoy, and when you get skies like this, it is absolutely amazing. So we've been flabbergasting is right, Kirsty. We're so glad you're back. You provide us with all these great words that allow us to sound like we're intelligent. So always Kirsty that's got these entertaining words and interesting big words. Kirsty, you obviously had a good leave because you're full of them this afternoon, and which is a good thing. But our lions, I think, are going to nap a little bit longer. I think they'll start waking up probably when it gets dark, so it's only about 10 to 6 now. And what we've noticed with Steve over the course of the last couple of days that he's spent with them is that they seem to, in minutes or so, is when they move. Obviously not massively with another meal, but there is still a little bump in those bellies from the kudu that they ate a little bit, well, not last night, the night before, and who knows what they maybe had last night. Now, unfortunately, our signal is starting kind of to dip and to go down, which I don't like doing that, so let's send you to Steve and the sunset.
Thank you very much. It might have something to do with these clouds in the sky that are making for a marvelous sunset. The golden red of the sun reflecting off of the moisture in the air potentially is what's also affecting the signal. We do know that the signal is affected by moisture as well as vegetation, and we've had a lot of rain, and the trees are in full bloom and full leaf. And also the flocks of birds that fly between us and the masts are probably the biggest culprit. I'm sure Conrad is laughing right now. Maybe he's not. Not a funny matter. Gorgeous afternoon. Kirsty assures me that Conrad, our tech magician, is not laughing. What a beautiful afternoon. So, ladies and gentlemen, we left Husana. There were a couple other vehicles that wanted to come and watch and have a look at what he was doing. We left him flat. But I've been given assurances that if anything changes, they will inform us, and we can go back there if need be. Because as we know, lots of people come and look at the leopard for a couple of moments, and then off they go again.
Well, we've caught up with him to get a nice view. He's still intently staring in that same direction. You can see still testing the air. Now, when we were with him the other day, he started climbing trees just to sniff, sniff, sniff. Now, I have not been lucky enough to see Tingana in a brawl before Rixus, but he has. Scott, I think, saw him have a standoff with Anderson male. You also seen him have a fight with Gajima. I think someone else has seen him chase Mvula. And he's smelling something. Something is really catching his attention. He's staring intently to the north and sniffing. I'm wondering if there isn't another leopard around here. He is definitely looking in much better condition than he has for the last while. Oh, Andrew, you're on fire. Indeed, the Cisticulars alarm calling are at Tingana. Okay, this is going to be fun now. This is a really difficult area. There are a lot of big stumps around. Let's go try this way. So hopping over stumps like that's not the problem. It's when you hit something big. I don't want to just give you a quick look of him staying there. I want to get to the other side of this little sort of elephant minefield. Okay, I'm going to go back over it. Hold on. Hoppa! A little gap through there. Looks like is going to be the best way for us to get through here. Hold on. The 400 million point elephant minefield turn. Okay, hold on. We're going to pop the back tire over that one. There we go. Okay, do you still see him, Vim? This grass is incredibly long. It's in a little area that would be damp if it was raining. It's the head waters of a little river system that flows into the Mawati. Last place I saw him was here, heading this direction. There he is. So very easy to lose him in this area. Okay, sorry. Next negotiation. There he is. Okay. Still seems to be keeping on the general line. Watch out that doesn't jump up them. I'll say the only way I think he's going to give up here is if that warthog goes underground. Decides he's had enough time cooling off up at the surface and is going to head down for Betty Buys. Very, very humid at the moment as well. As I said earlier, not even a very, very, very light breeze. Zora, I don't think he's waiting for the warthog to fall asleep. He's waiting for the warthog to sort of lose concentration, maybe. When the warthog wants to go to sleep, he's going to go under the ground. But he might, you never know, the warthog might have a little nap up at the top. And that would definitely be the perfect opportunity for that leopard to take advantage of that situation. Now, Handspace is asking how deep is the burrow. Well, it's a disused aardvark burrow, and sometimes they can be very, very deep and quite elaborate as well. And there's records of them going on for 10 or 15 meters under the ground. if he does manage to catch this warthog, Marcy, he'll have an incredibly tough time. They are very strong animals, so he could have a bit of a tough time trying to take it down, and quite often they can escape. So the predators don't win every battle. We're playing proper patience here at the moment. There you go, you can just see that warthog's eye again. And space, yes, it is a lot deeper than expected. So I think I probably misspoke there. So it's probably only 1.5 meters to 2 meters deep. Probably the deepest cavern being up to about 3 meters. But the tunnels can have multiple entrances and exits in 15 meters distance away from the main entrance tunnel or anything like that. This is one of those moments when you sort of want to say, sort of have a peek behind the bush. Is something happening there? Is he still here? We don't know, but we've got to be very careful to say we never want to interfere either in the warthog or the leopard's benefit. So for now, unless the warthog goes under the ground, we are going to just sit here for a little bit longer. And the warthog is still there, just his head and ears popping out. Oh dear. Piggy, are you going down? Looked like he moved down a little bit. Is that him, or is that the entrance to the hole now of him?
His eye's still there.
His eye's still there, but he seems to be getting deeper and deeper. There we go, you can just see him blinking still. Brad, sorry, I didn't catch that. I was concentrating. I thought I saw something just behind there, Brad. Sorry, Chris, can I have that question again? Brad, it's difficult to say, but an older cat like this, he could very easily get injured by a warthog. A younger and prime male, less likely, and just much stronger, a little bit faster. But with relatively frequency, I wouldn't say it's every time, but probably a good 10 or 15% of the time that they attack a big male warthog, not a small warthog, there is a possibility that they could get injured. Now, the animals are very resilient to a lot of these injuries and sort of can bounce back from injuries that us as human beings would consider to be absolutely catastrophic. Some hyenas calling in the distance. Quite far away though. Anu, loves the sounds of the bush. I think we're all in absolute agreement with you there, Anu. I'm just gonna... I think this warthog has gone a little bit too deep. It seems to be disappearing at the moment. Let's give it 2 more minutes before we decide to give up our vigil here. We've been so patient. All right. Just hoping for the last minute leopard, as Tingana has been nicknamed. Now, no Tiva, the other vehicles can't see the leopard. They are sitting with their lights off. We're lucky enough to have the infrared light attached to our camera that enables us to see what's going on. So we're the only ones who can actually see what's happening at the moment. So I'm watching on a screen that's in front of me, so I can see what the camera is seeing. Because other than that, it is absolutely pitch black. Now, I'm going to ask VM to do switch off the infrared light so you can see. So that's what I'm looking at the moment if I don't look at my screen. Isn't that incredible? And we pop the light on. There we go. Now, sometimes leopards will wait next to a warthog hole the whole night till the next morning, and as they come out and not expecting it, they'll be there waiting. So maybe, oh look, you can see those big tusks there as he swept up, and you saw how big those tusks were on that warthog. I think this warty is going to make it through the night. I think the leopard might try and wait till morning, especially with those big tusks on him. Maybe Tingana, at his old age, is playing it a bit more cautious. Thanks for joining us on this vigil. Unfortunately, nothing seemed to happen there at this very moment, but that's what happens out here in the African bush. This is live, it's unscripted. So from VM and myself, Brent Smith, it's been great having you with us. Remember, you can find us. Just type in Safari Live onto your search engine and you can join us for 6 hours a day, every day. Bye. Hey everyone, well, I think he's going to play the patience game, as I said, and we unfortunately can't play the patience game all night. I wish we could, but thanks for joining us, and we'll see you bright and early for tomorrow's sunrise safari.